Ladies and gentlemen, Trump, his campaign must pay Omarosa $1.3 million in the NDA case. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. A court arbitrator has ordered former President Donald J. Trump presidential campaign to pay nearly $1.3 million in legal fees to Omarosa Manigault-Newman, the former Apprentice star, the White House aide and author of the first tell all book about the Trump White House. The award, handed down on Tuesday, concludes a protracted legal fight after Mr. Trump unsuccessfully sued Miss Manigault Newman over her book Unhinged, arguing that she had violated the non disclosure agreement she had signed while working for his campaign in 2016. Mr. Trump lost the arbitration case in September 2021. I remember that because I did a video on it. One in a string of failed attempts to enforce the non disclosure agreements against former employees. Since the decision, both sides have continued to dispute the size of the award. Mr. Trump's lawyers claim Ms. Manigault Newman made bad faith arguments and should not receive legal fees. But the arbitrator sided with her, noting the hefty expense of the case. Respondents was defending her in her claim, in which extensively litigated for more than 3 years against an opponent who undoubtedly commanded far greater resources than it did respond, the arbitrator noted. The spokesman for Mr. Trump did not respond to an email seeking comment. Ms. Mandigold Newman, her lawyers said they struck uh, the amount, and Trump is ordered to pay this amount. Mm. So it looks like that's what they were demanding from the beginning, and she's getting what she was looking for. The award hopefully will send a message to weaponize litigation, will not be tolerated, and empowered other lawyers to stand up and fight, said Miss Mandigold Newman's lawyer, John Phillips, who provided a copy of the arbitrator's ruling on the fees. Miss Mandigold Newman met Mr. Trump in 2004 during her first season on his reality show, The Apprentice. 12 years later, she helped Mr. Trump court skeptical black voters in 2016 for his campaign for presidency. When he won, she followed him to the White House and was ultimately dismissed from her job. Yeah, if you remember, that was John Kelly. Her book, published in August 2018, depicted a chaotic White House and was the first of several books written by the former presidential aides. She also released an audio recording of her conversations related to Mr. Trump. In one recording, Mr. Trump's daughter in law, Laura Trump, appeared to offer Miss Mandigold Newman a campaign contract in exchange for her staying quiet about her criticism of the president and his family. Mr. Trump, who had often used the courts in disputes, sued Miss Mandigold Newman, and the suit played out over 3 years, and Trump lost. The legality of the non disclosure agreement, which Mr. Trump had favored for many years as a private businessman, has been a subject of debate before. But the efficacy has come into question in recent months. In March, Mr. Trump's campaign was ordered to pay more than $300,000 in legal fees to a former campaign aide who said that the candidate had forcibly kissed her. Yeah, I remember that. The campaign sued and argued she had violated the terms of her non disclosure agreement. The judge in the case called the agreement vague and unenforceable. Wow. Trump, whoever your lawyers are, and they can't come up with a good non disclosure agreement. You got people that signed this agreement and they're suing you and winning after signing an NDA. That tells me your lawyers are lousy. They should be able to do a pretty solid NDA. Wow. Uh, uh, uh. Well, y'all look like he's going to be shelling out 1.3 million over to Omarosa. And quite frankly, I'm surprised y'all didn't rig this up. Y'all rig everything up. You'll rig things up and then come back with a reason that makes no sense to anyone. But I guess in this case, you just didn't do that. Maybe the arbitrator just didn't like Trump. Who knows? But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Trump is ordered to pay Omarosa $1.3 million. This is crazy. It's almost unheard of for a sitting president to be sued like this. And wow. I mean, I've heard, don't get me wrong, I've heard of other presidents getting sued, but usually they prevail. I don't know. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.